Well, here it is, the end of another season. It's getting colder. Kids are back in school. That means, we're done for the year for camping. So I thought we'd go around and look at a few things to do to close the old dog up for the winter. First thing I usually do is, well, I don't have any propane tanks left in there, but you check and make sure that you got it turned off and the hose disconnected from the bottle. I have had them leak in the past on other ones. This is a new regulator. I don't think it would, but do that. At the end of each trip before we head home, I always open the drain valve for the water tank so that it can drain as we're driving. You go over bumps and around corners, and it cleans the tank out really well. And I leave it open then so that it can air out, get a little air inside anyway, and kind of help it to dry. Batteries, make sure they're disconnected. I always disconnect mine rather than leaving them plugged in and trust something that might or might not actually prevent the loss of power. Let's just put it there. If I miss anything, feel free to point it out in the comments. Just kind of take a walk around, make sure everything's okay after the year. Oh, let's go inside. A few things worth pointing out in here. Alrighty, so inside, a few things you can do. One thing that we do every year, we take all the blankets off the bed, make sure everything gets washed, and then we'll bring them back out to store them here. We also bug bomb it every fall and every spring, just to make sure there's nobody living here besides us. Check all your cupboards. Can't see much in that one. Or that one. But we've checked all those and got all that out. Another thing you might want to do is your fridge. We leave it open all winter, let it air out. Keeps it from smelling bad. Check your vents. We have vent covers where we can leave it open all winter so that it can air out too, and it won't get wet in here. You do all your final cleanup. We still got some cleanup to do here from everything that we've done. We didn't get our planned final trip in because, well, half of us got sick, and it's like it just ain't worth it to go try to camp out when everybody's sick. So, or even half of us. Your water lines. A lot of RVs will have low point drains you can pull to drain your water lines out. Whoever replumbed this one didn't put those in. That's a project I hope to get to this winter. That's when I try to do a lot of these extra things and get them done. So we'll be working on that. My father-in-law had a camper a little bit bigger than this one. My father has an RV, and it gets cold here in the winter, so none of us were using them. I know a lot of places recommend that you put a bunch of RV antifreeze in the tank and run it through the lines. We never do that. I just make sure, okay, there's no water in the lines, got the pump on. No water in the lines. You can leave that open so you get air into them. That helps to keep from getting mildew and stuff in them. We take your good old RV antifreeze, pour it down so you can kind of fill up the P-traps, because they have they may have water left in them from the season. Most likely it's evaporated, but we pour it in there. Plus, we got a P-trap in here. And then we pour it down in the toilet as well, down into the black water tank. Kind of get it up against the valves out there, the drain valves, keep them from freezing over the winter. And it may take a half gallon, may take a whole gallon to do it. It's really irrelevant if you put a whole gallon down there and it still doesn't, if it doesn't freeze anything on you, you've saved yourself a lot of work. And you can use a half gallon and have it freeze on you and spend the money you saved on this stuff repairing something. Don't need to put it down the bathtub because that doesn't get used anyway. We don't have enough water when we're dry camping to be able to take showers. We can use just a pan of hot water off the stove and wash with that. One other thing, I just noticed that I failed to mention from over here. See, over here we have smoke alarm. I always take the battery out of that and leave it laying there during the winter. And I leave it laying there instead of putting it back on the wall so I don't forget that it's there and has the battery out of it. Our carbon monoxide LP alarm is down there on the floor, or near the floor. And it's hooked to the batteries, and the batteries are unhooked, so there's nothing there to worry about. But, you know, we'll keep an eye on what's in the cupboards and things to make sure we take the things out that need to be taken out. Some things you can leave. We have a refillable oil bottle here that we put oil in to cook with in the summer. We'll refill that and take it with us again next year. Got these free 72-hour food supplies. Those are in there in case of emergencies. And let's see, make sure that the catalytic heater is covered. And I think that's about it. The windows are closed. We do leave the bathroom window open a little bit for our air circulation too. It's usually open about an inch or two, and then the vents are open on the roof. So that it's about a nice way to keep everything ventilated so it doesn't get that closed up smell over the course of the winter. I have a spray bottle in the bathroom. It's got water in it. I need to pour that out so it doesn't freeze. And check the closets and see what's in them. Yeah, jacket and a coat and a rope and just the normal stuff. Stuff that we can leave in here. Because that would be a camping coat and a camping jacket of my wife's. So there you have it. A simple close up for the year. You know, just check things over. Make a list of what you need to fix for the next year or improvements you want to make. And then you're ready to go. The soap will be alright. It's not going to freeze and cause any problems. Even if it does go below zero. But that's it, you know, just kind of some simple little things to make starting it up next year a lot easier. Not having to fix as much. Got to itch. So there you go. If you have any comments, questions, stick them in the comments below. And thanks for watching.